Welcome to my channel. I'm Nicole Pro Sparkle Junkie. I am pulling out my watercolors again because I really want to learn more. And today I am focusing on fall colors, right? So I'm going to do some mushrooms and we'll just play and we'll just see what we're going to end up with. But so the first thing I did is I just did an outline of the top of the mushroom with clear water, and then I added the color in. I'm sure that this is considered cheating maybe a bit, but I love to have a cloth handy so that I can dab here and there, and I really like the effect that it gives me. I'm sure that maybe more advanced watercolorists would probably find another way to do that. But personally, this is what works for me. So I put the underside of the mushroom in, and then I was just, again, using a clear, no color on my brush and pulling that down to make the stem. And it worked out pretty well for me. So I do dry in between so that I can, go on to a different color and such. Here's where I decided that this mushroom was not big enough. I needed it to be bigger. And so I just pulled the sides out a little bit. And then I got to go back in and do the underneath there. And I like the size of it now. So I'm going to do another one. Now this one I did not put the water down first. I didn't really see too big of a difference when I did one versus the other, but it worked out fine for me. Now, what I did do there, and you can maybe see it bleeding a little bit for me, I went and put that undercolor in before I let the red dry, and some of it bled over into the brown. It's fine. I am learning. I am trying new things. I am just seeing what happens. So here, see how I dabbed that, and I like that it's lighter in the middle. I like that look. And this is working, so we're going with it. So mushroom number 3. Now, did that one the same way. I'm really enjoying learning about watercoloring, and the more I do it, the more I figure out how these watercolors work. And I really love the look of a watercolor painting. I usually just can't get it the way I want it. That's just my inexperience. But I have learned that you can lift water or lift the color up with just water on your brush. And I'm using that technique here quite a bit. Okay, so I keep going in and doing this and doing that and adding a little more color here and there and that kind of thing. But I think that it's kind of common that artists will go back and let's try this and let's try that and see what happens if I do this color. And so these mushrooms, I really like the way they turned out. Now, the next part that I did not end up liking very much at all. I need to work on putting grass into my paintings because something just went wrong somewhere. I did not really like the way it looked, and you'll see what I do. It didn't turn out the greatest, but it's going to be fine. Because, again, I'm practicing, I'm playing, and that's what it's all about. Now, I felt like I needed a little bit of fall color in this grass, because if we are in fall, then that's, the grass isn't green. I should have thought about that. But I went back and added some, I don't know, mustardy color there. And that's when I was like, oh, I don't really like this. So I'm moving on to the sky. I'm going to do the sky. I think that turned out pretty cool. I didn't cover the whole thing, and that is one of the things that I've been learning as watching other watercolor artists is you don't have to cover everything. Leave some white space. So I did. And then I was like, let's try this on this grass. And then I was like, no, I don't like that. Ugh. So the grass just did not do it for me. So I thought, you know what, maybe I just put a rock down here. And it didn't turn out. I don't like the way that the whole bottom looks. So I did the put the water down first technique here, and then added what was supposed to be a rock. Nope. It really, I don't know what it looks like, but it didn't look like a rock. So that might be the next thing that I play with is just some rocks and some grass or greenery in some way to kind of figure that out. So it just looks like a big black blob down there. Okay. I dried this up and then I'm moving on. I wanted to do a little bit more fall, bring the fall a little bit more into it. And so I thought I'm going to try my hand at some leaves. But I really wanted like something to help me get the right shape. So I went over to my little containers of wood shapes and I found a leaf. So I'm going to use the leaf, kind of use my pencil and lightly go around it, and then use that to draw the leaves or paint the leaves. So I want you guys to know that this video is part of a playlist with a common canvas. And I love that I've been able to join in on this playlist because it has really stretched me and it has really taught me a lot. And I'm learning more and more each week that I do this. And I realize these leaves are really just, they're going to be just hanging out up there. But again, I'm practicing. This is my practice book that I'm playing with. I think I did fairly good because I wanted to get like veins in the leaves. That's really hard for me when we're talking about watercolor because it is. But I figured out how to make it work. Again, I put the little veins in there and then I came back with a brush that was just water, no color, and ended up moving the color around, you can see here, so that those leaves showed up a little bit better, or the veins. See that? So it worked out for me. I hope that you'll take a few minutes to watch all the other videos in this playlist. We have some great artists in here, and they always do really cool things, so check it out. If you click on the link that's in my description, you'll find the whole playlist, and you can just watch one right after the other. So I'm finishing off the veins on the second leaf here, and I do end up putting a third leaf on there. And on this third one, I thought, you know, sometimes leaves aren't always orange. Sometimes they're just in the midst of turning colors. So maybe they're a little more yellow and green. So this third one I did in a different color and put green veins on it. it took me a little bit longer to get this one done. I don't know why. It just did. I felt like that was just way too bright, but then I went in and moved some of that color around, and it ended up looking, I don't know, in my opinion, pretty good. And if you work at it, you can kind of get it to where you really can't see the pencil lines. So of course, I felt like I needed to put something down there at the bottom. I put a little quote down there at the bottom, and it says, "It's the little things that make life big." It was just a cute way to, I don't know, do something down there that help a little bit. And I got out my gold leaf. So I'm using a little bit of glue. I felt like these leaves needed to have a little shine to them, a little sparkle. So put down glue in just a few little highlight areas, and then bring out the gold leaf. Now, this gold leaf is on my website. You can find it at NicolePros.com. There is a link in the description for my webpage as well. So there's what I ended up doing this week. I hope you like it. I hope you learned something like I did. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.